Thank you for checking out crypto.chartguys.com, the source for technical analysis in the cryptocurrency world. We are proud to announce our own crypto alert system designed to give you the most critical technical trading information possible no matter where you are. Keep your eyes on the market with mobile or email alerts for MACD crosses, RSI levels, and even inside bar alerts for dozens of coins across multiple exchanges. New features and proprietary ChartGuys indicators are already in development. Our alert system is very easy to customize and utilize, so don't hesitate to sign up for the most effective crypto trading tool on the market at crypto.chartguys.com. Hello everyone, checking in on the big three here, and we're looking at some bounce follow through, and what we're noticing is a major shift in sentiment out there in the world of media and social media and all that. So again, these games get played all the time. I'm watching the exact same games get played in the US stock market and in the Canadian MJ space all at the same time. It's just one giant pool of emotion, euphoria, fear. It's just more so on display than I've ever seen in the markets in 8 years of trading. Just the fact that it's going on in so many different places is really wild. And it's just the same thing time and time again. We see now CNBC talking about $1 trillion market cap and Bitcoin could go to 50,000. And we see, obviously the good news from the hearing yesterday with the government. So sentiment is shifting, and the fact that we're seeing a little bit of a bounce with that sentiment shift gives people a reason to buy in. So people that are not perhaps technical analysis savvy and are not recognizing a volume climax and bullish reversal candlesticks and all these signals, it does take a shift in sentiment to get them motivated to jump back in, and we are seeing that take place. That being said, we are very likely to see a point that is going to scare bulls in the near future. And what I mean by that is this daily chart is going to have to set a lower high and start to pull back. And it's going to start pulling back down towards our recent low, and everybody's going to start saying, uh-oh, maybe this isn't the bottom, and maybe we are going to continue pulling back. And again, with my analysis, I'm never calling and saying this is the bottom. I'm saying this is a temporary bottom, and I'll say that every time. And that's because with our trading style and what the chart guys do is, we're still profiting every single week on this entire downtrend by playing bullish. And what we do is just position ourselves to the oversold bounces, and we lock in partial profit on the way up. And then we position ourselves where if the bounce does not develop, we get stopped out and it triggers for some more profit. And maybe we leave a little bit of money on the table in terms of not selling at the top of the bounce, but we're giving ourselves the opportunity that when that bounce and when that low is in, and when the daily momentum does shift and bullish swing trades become viable again, then we obviously have really good positions for that. So again, all of these bounces, I made entries and locked in profit. And then once, they pulled back again, made sure I was all cash to do it all over again. And most recently with Bitcoin and all of the big three, we did it back a week ago, and now we just did it again. So where we stand, we are likely to set a lower high, rejecting from daily exponential resistances, and then we will have to form a higher low. And during that pullback, a lot of people are going to get scared and say, uh-oh, I got faked out. Maybe this isn't the bottom. And so we're going to look for that higher low to form. And then from there, look at the previous bounces. We ended up with one that looked like a bear flag. The volume behind this move tells me that it is more serious than any of the other bounce attempts that we've seen in the past month, which is why with the change in sentiment, I'm definitely paying a lot more attention to this being the potential bottom. But again, I'm never going to bet, I'm never going to just say, oh, this is the bottom and then hope it is. And then if it isn't, I'm then in a losing position. I'm going to lock in some profit. I'm going to protect my trades and ensure that, the worst case scenario, we're going to have all cash after locking in some profit on the bounce and be ready to do it all over again. And it can do this all the way to zero, and we'll still make money on every single little bounce because of these climax indicators and because of the indicators that we're using with RSI and volume and these really nice oversold bounces that give significant gains. At this point, Bitcoin has bounced from, rounding a little bit, 5,900 to 8,600. So that is almost a 40+% move. And in 2 days, that's an insane gain. And I just want to, you're not going to get that opportunity in the stock market to see a 40% move unless you're trading options. To see a 40% move in less than 2 days is unheard of volatility and opportunity. So that's why we still love this space, even though it is in a downtrend. So what we're looking at on the 4-hour time frame, last video we left off, we were looking for consolidation and the need to form a higher low because we were coming right off the bottom and we had not consolidated and formed that higher low. So we got that higher low last night. That is now an important support level. That's down at 7,212. And now we're looking to consolidate and backtest, and ideally the bulls want to hold these exponential moving averages. You can see they've been resistance on previous bounce attempts, and now they're support and being backtested as support and currently holding. The bulls are trying to form a bull flag on this 4-hour time frame with a new higher low at 7,945, and it's giving us a very clear setup on the you can see it on the hourly time frame here, an equilibrium pattern. I like it better on this 15-minute chart, and it's really clear with our high of the bounce, low of the pullback, lower high, just got that higher low, and now we'll look for a lower high compared to 8,445, and we'll look for a break of this tightening 15-minute pattern sometime in the next, I would say within the next 4 or 5 hours. And that break is going to dictate momentum into tonight. And we're either going to head up to higher highs into the upper 8,000 range into tonight if we get a bull break, or if we get a bear break, then this 4-hour chart is going to have to see more significant consolidation. We could pull back into the mid $7,000 range, and this daily chart could give us that lower high and then try and pull back and form that higher low. So essentially where we stand right in this moment, it is all about the 15-minute equilibrium pattern, and it's not the end of the bounce, even if we do lose, hourly higher lows. The most important level for me right now is this 4-hour higher low at 7,212, aside from this short-term 15-minute setup. So there's a lot of similarities, obviously, with cryptos here. And again, look at the volume stand out. Beautiful higher low. And if we can get this higher high and get over exponential resistance on Litecoin, it will change the daily trend first. So it's not going to change the daily trend unless some news comes out without Bitcoin seeing some bullish action. But I just want to be very clear that because of this setup, the daily trend will change to favor the bulls in Litecoin before it does on any of these other names because we have this higher low. So Bitcoin still has to form a higher low. Litecoin did that yesterday. Higher low is already formed, and we're looking for this higher high with a break of 175. So 4-hour time frame, just like Bitcoin, we formed our higher low last night. New support is 130.60, and the bulls are trying to form another higher low at 145.50. Resistance is the high of the move 160, and then that daily level of 175. So here it is on the 15-minute time frame. Again, very clear equilibrium pattern, just barely held support, but it is a higher low, and resistance is 154.79, but anticipating a lower high to form here and for this pattern to tighten up a little bit more into tonight. Ethereum on the daily time frame, following through with the bounce, we're going to set a lower high and then have to form a higher low and a higher high to change the trend and shift momentum to favor the bulls. Curious Bitcoin here for a second, checking the daily MACD cross, keeping an eye on that as well. So Ethereum, lower high on the daily time frame, likely to form. We look at the 4-hour chart. We got our higher low established here. That's at 718.03. That's the must-hold level. And the bulls are trying to form a higher low at 802.83. So the 15-minute time frame, equilibrium pattern is forming. We've got our resistance up at 864.68, and our lower high is 850 on the dot. So very clear equilibrium pattern. Lose the higher lows, it's a clear bear break. Break the lower highs, it's a clear bull break. I always love when these patterns are so clear. I've been trading Litecoin the past couple days. I'm currently all cash, and I just have to sit here and patiently wait for this pattern to play out and give us a break. If it's a bull break, I'll enter. If it's a bear break, I'll back off and be more patient. So that's a very clear pattern heading into tonight that we're keeping an eye on, and how it plays out is going to indicate whether or not Bitcoin's making its way up to these daily exponential resistances to test them tomorrow, or if we have to pull back and form the daily higher low before testing those levels. So pretty clear, pretty short and sweet, and we'll start looking at some of these altcoins. Once I'm more convinced that the daily trend has changed, once we do get this higher low and higher high, then we start looking at the altcoins and getting a little bit better of an idea. Is this uptrend on the big three going to be bad news for the altcoins, or are they going to stick with correlating and follow to the upside? So that's where we stand. I appreciate you watching. Thanks for all the support and the questions and comments on all the alerts. Certainly really liking working on that project, and we got continuation in terms of more coming out, and we got the whole website upgrade coming. So lots of good stuff in the future for the crypto alert system. I appreciate you all. I hope you all do some good things, and I will see you tomorrow.